Hello students, so today we're going to solve question 7 from GATE CSE 2019. The question states that in the given diagram, teachers are represented in the triangle. So teachers are represented by the quantities that are present inside of the triangle. Okay. Researchers in the circle. Okay. So researchers are the quantity inside of the circle. Okay. And administrators are inside of the rectangle. So this is your rectangle. Out of the total number of people, the percentage of administrators shall be in the range of. Okay. So first of all, what is the meaning of percentage, right? Percentage is basically a ratio represented not as part of 1, but part of 100. A ratio represents a number that lies between your 0 and 1, both of them included, right? So instead of being part of what part of 1, this one quantity, suppose 0.5, part of the one quantity is basically being represented by, considered right now, right? It ratio means part of something. What part of something, right? Now percentage means that this ratio not being of the range from 0 to 1, but being from the range from 0 to 100, both included, right? How is that achieved? By multiplying the ratio times 100 and then adding the symbol at the end. This symbol basically means that this thing is a percentage, a ratio represented out of 100. This is the way you find it. What is the ratio that we want to find? The ratio that we want to find is percentage of administrators. Okay, so this thing is basically equal to number of admin by out of total number of people admin we were considering. So the denominator over here is going to be equal to all people, because this is the ratio times 100 is going to be your answer, right? Okay. Over here, we know that number of administrators is basically all the numbers inside of this rectangle. So let's just add that and we can get your numerator. That is going to be equal to 10 plus 20 plus 20, right? And your denominator is all, right? That is 70 plus 10 plus 20 plus 20 plus 40, right? So let's write that also. 70 plus 10 plus 20 plus 20 plus 40. Okay, this whole thing times your 100. Fine. So in the examination, you would be given calculator also, but over here, because the addition is very simple, you can do it directly also, because feeding numbers inside of calculator also takes some time. So 10 plus 20 gives you 30. 30 plus 20 gives you 50. So numerator is 50, right? This region 10 plus 20 plus 20 is something that we found out over here, right? So let's just remove it from over here and just add 50 over here. 70 plus 40 gives you what? It gives you 110, 110. Plus 50 gives you what? 160. So 160. So your answer becomes 50 by 160 times 100. Just cut this 0 from both, and then we get 5 by 16 and 50 by 16 times 10. So this thing becomes 500 by 16. Now it is simplified. Now in the examination, in the GATE examination, you will be provided with a calculator. So you can directly use a calculator to find the ratio, find the percentage, because this is out of 10, 100. So we have to add this percentage symbol. Otherwise it is inconsistent, right? And that is going to be your answer. So let's, instead of using a standard calculator, I'm using a Python interpreter because it is more expressive, right? So that's why just 500 divided by 60, right? It is more expressive for the student so that I can teach it better, right? So now you know that this thing gives, okay, I did 60. What am I doing? This has to be 16. So what you get over here is 31.25, right? So over here, is there any 31.25 anywhere? Not really. Numbers are not being present. This 2 is present over here. What does this 2 means? Well, at the top over here, they have mentioned that it is the percentage of administrators shall be in the range of, right? So these are representing ranges, right? So 0 to 15 is going to be equal to 7.5 being part of this, and likewise, right? So 31.25 is going to be part of option C, right? So that is going to be your answer, right? Very simple, straightforward, have been solved, right? The question is not that you would not be able to solve it, because general aptitude is generally very easy, but being able to solve it in small amount of time correctly in the gate examination is a skill that only develops by if you were to solve questions on a regular basis. So I will suggest you do that. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. I hope that you learned something.